Kings and Queens, to your majesties, welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for always returning. Trust you and yours are well, and you are loving yourself and others like always. Many thanks to all of you for the support you give to the channel. Thank you so much to our channel members, to our anonymous supporters, to all of you, my team subscribers. You are loved, celebrated, and appreciated. Yes, it's a good news from this end, but mixed with some, some mixed feelings, of course, and you will understand why as this video progresses. Now, it's not news to most of you anymore that PMS is produced in Nigeria after a whooping 28 years, and there is jubilation in the air. People are happy that Dangote announced that the first batch of fuel produced very refined. Now, when you see the color of this PMS, you understand the reason why I said very refined, because compared to others that people have been purchasing in Nigeria, there is a lot of difference, a huge difference, Your Majesties. So, in the midst of this jubilation and happiness, something happened towards the end of the same day that it was announced that Dangote is now producing fuel, and the first batch will be sent out for people to buy at a cheaper rate. Boom! People just heard that. The next day, prices of fuel will be topped. Okay? The prices of fuel will be added. And people started running up and down, helter-skelter. I got some people who were like, oh, Abigail, do you have fuel in your car? Do you have fuel in your generator? Because they said the next day there wouldn't be fuel anymore. Fuel scarcity. You see the reason why I said we are the cause of our problems. Now, I want to take you through the journey of this man. We have been talking about Dangote refinery here for a long time now. For some time now, like, yeah, of course, how he had been battling with the federal government of Nigeria to just make this possible, to just get back his license, because his license to produce PMS was taken away. He struggled, okay? He went through hell. And at the end, towards the tail end, it was like federal government and Dangote were just dragging themselves. And it's like Dangote was about exposing something. I brought that here. It was about exposing something. And then all of a sudden, we now hear that his license was given back to him and he has started production of fuel. And when he came out and announced that, okay, the first batch will be distributed out and the people will not be suffering to get PMS anymore, boom, we just heard that the prices of fuel are now hiked. In short, there will be fuel scarcity. All right, let me take you through this information one at a time so that we understand very well what I'm trying to say.
Nigeria has commenced the production of petrol for the first time in the last 28 years. This day learned yesterday that the 650,000 barrels per day Dangote refinery located in Lagos has concluded the test production of petroleum and will begin sale immediately. This will bring much-needed relief to Nigerians currently experiencing petrol scarcity in towns and cities across the country. It was gathered that all the parameters for certifying the suitability of any refining assets have been satisfactorily ticked by the superstructure owned by Africa's richest person, Mr. Aliko Dangote. The country, despite spending billions of dollars on turnaround maintenance of its 4 official refineries for over 2 decades, has been unable to get them to work. Nigeria consumes about 66 million liters of petrol daily on the average, currently spending a huge chunk of its budget, exceeding $10 billion by some estimates, on the importation of the road fuel every year. The development is expected to save the country several billions of dollars in foreign exchange, as well as enhance the local availability of the critical fuel heavily used by businesses and homes.
This is what it is. History's been made today from the days when this whole ground was whole water and got to the sand filling stages, the piling stages, and tons of engineering and fabrication going on this land. And remember, at some point on this land, this was the biggest industrial construction site in the whole world, with over 200, close to 200 cranes working simultaneously. Today, What I have in my hand is premium motor spirit coming out from the Dangote refinery. History is being made today, and I'm standing with a man who incidentally has gone grey pursuing this dream, and I'm going to ask him how far he wants to travel after today's achievement. Alaji.
Thank you. Well, how far? There's no limit.
All right, Your Majesties, before I roll in the other clips, there is something I want to bring to your attention. Like she mentioned earlier, that Nigeria as a country, it's not like Nigeria do not have refineries prior to Dangote refineries. I believe some of you who have been following up know that there are 4 official refineries across the country called Nigeria. Now, why was those refinery not working? And why was it like the federal government do not even have any interest to help those refineries work? Because obviously, when you look at the stories behind those refineries, you just get to know that there are forces that do just try their best to make those refineries not work. Now, in the motherland, it's not like things cannot get better. In the whole of our cable land, it's not like things cannot get better. Things can get better because we have the willpower. We have that force in us, that the knowledge is there, the willpower is there, the manpower is there, the conducive environment is there. Everything is there to help us achieve what we need to achieve as Africans in different countries in the motherland. Everything has been provided by the Almighty Creator of the universe for the Africans to have a conducive life. But then again, why are we not having this conducive life in all the countries in the motherland? Because we are also the cause of our problems. For Nigeria to have 4 refineries and 4 of them, none of them was working because a group of people have agreed to be puppets that help in the destruction of their own nation. That is why those 4 refineries were not working. And there was no effort at all. You can't just tell me that Nigeria as a whole do not have what it takes to fix these refineries. They tell you it's beyond repair. And there was a time Obasanjo came out and said it's not true. Those refineries can go on working. But they wouldn't allow it to work. Who are they that wouldn't allow those refineries to work? Now you understand better when Dangote started his battle to put up his own refinery. You understood. I brought those informations here, how he was hunted down, frustrated by his own government, by his own flesh and blood, his own brothers and sisters. They frustrated Dangote for years. And later on, they pushed their own brother to the den of lions. What I mean is, the government decided to wash off they kick him into the den and then ran off and allow him there alone. And then America said, okay, you will pay us US dollars if you want to get crude oil to refine. This same crude oil that Nigeria is sitting on, Dangote will have to pay United States before he can extract this crude oil and make use of it for the betterment of his own brothers and sisters who are also living on top this same crude oil. This was exactly what happened. And all thanks to people like you and I who said, no, it can't just be like this. We started creating awareness, started seeing little things like we are saying right now, and messages started going out, and they got to understand that the people are not happy and that the people understood the game that they were playing. Later they said, okay, we are not giving you back. No, initially they said, okay, you can now buy crude oil in Naira. That's the Nigeria currency. That was good. We keep pushing on, and then they said, okay, we can now, allow you, give you your license to produce PMS. And to tell you how this man's heart is, he's really out there, he's ready. Of course, he's a businessman, he's going to make a gain from it. Nobody opens a business and will not expect to have something out of it. He's going to have something out of it, of course. Your Majesties. But Look at the time frame between when they gave him his license and when this PMS was produced. It was just a short time frame to tell you that he was determined. Already he had this plan in his mind to make things easy for people, to make life easy for people. And immediately he produced the first batch and he promised Nigerians that he was going to distribute this first batch at a cheaper rate. News went around that same next day, where this first PMS from Dangote refinery will be sent out and be sold, the prices of fuel will be doubled. So are we not the cause of our problems? Are we not the cause of our problems? Now, when you check out these stories, now you discover that it is those who are now selling this in black markets, in the gas stations. They are the ones who are behind this because they have a body. And they wouldn't make these decisions and succeed with this decision without the federal government giving them, a free chance to do it. Jagaban is now in China. Your country is not stable. And that's why I tell you that I just love Ibrahim Traore. I just love that guy. Ibrahim Traore, among all the presidents in the continent of Africa, old presidents that should have wisdom, all of them ran away. They don't care about the situation of their countries. But Ibrahim Traore said, no, my country is going through something. I have to stay with them. Jagaban is off to China. And Nigerians are battling with fuel scarcity. Should there be fuel scarcity a day after Dangote refined fuel distributed? It's not normal. It's not Martin. It shows that we are the ones that hate ourselves. We don't want ourselves to progress. We don't just like anything about ourselves as the African people. And later we start opening our mouth. Europeans are the ones. French, German. Is it German? I don't know what I'm saying again. We are the cause of our problems. Greed, wickedness. There are some groups that are in that level that are just wicked. They are not happy when people are happy. When the masses are jubilating and happy, they are not happy. They are sad. Sadist. It's just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 10 people that are behind the commotion of a whole nation. We have to change. If not, nothing will change the African community. It's quite unfortunate, but I'm going to leave you with some of the speeches of Dangote. Listen to him keenly, and I still want you to have it in mind that all these are possible because there was a feud between Dangote and federal government. In short, there was a feud between Dangote and the leader of Nigeria, Jagaban. And these are the questions that the youths are asking. Is it because Dangote was trying to expose something that immediately they just gave him license? Immediately they say, okay, go and produce. So there are iota of truth in what he was saying about an existing refinery in Malta that is owned by the 001 of the nation called Nigeria. I'm going to leave you with his speech and leave your thoughts and opinion there at the section. I will still say this again. Nothing will change except we change. Before a kingdom change, man must change.
For very, very many years. But as I stand with you today, I would like to salute the people of Nigeria and the government of President Ahmed Bola Tinubu for creating the environment for us to thrive and also achieve this monumental task of giving energy to our people for growth, development, and prosperity. I think this has been really, really a very, very great, move. And I think I want to personally also thank Mr. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, for creating this idea of Naira for crude and also Naira for the product. Doing that, it will give a lot of stability for the Naira, where now you remove 40% of the demand of dollars in the market, and that will actually stabilize the market. But that's not it. As you know, there's quite a lot of what you call round tripping, where people now do documentation and the fuel does not come into Nigeria, and this is a fact. So right now, as we have this refinery working, it will show the true consumption of Nigeria. We can track every single loaded trucks, and we will try as much as possible to track the loaded ships. Trucks, we can tell you where they are. Just like now in some of the projects that we do, we can tell you exactly the consumption pattern and co. But that is a discussion for another day. Today's discussion is just to celebrate and to thank God Almighty for bringing us to this stage of now producing gasoline. And I know that a lot of people have not actually believed that we'll be able to deliver, but we've been able to deliver. I must really thank, most especially, Mr. DVG Edwin, who is the Vice President, Oil and Gas, for having sleepless nights for no vacation. In the last 7 years, he's been to vacation only once. And, you know, thank our Vice President also, Mr. Kulle Alake, for making sure that everything was perfect. The finances are also in order to be able to meet up with this challenge. And, you know, on the commercial side, Fatima, I must thank you also for doing a great job. Congratulations. But most especially, what I keep saying is that we must thank the president and also the government for making this possible. Without their support, there's no way we'll be where we are. So we thank them, and I hope this refinery will actually change the entire dynamics, not only in Nigeria, but in sub-Saharan Africa. The capacity that we have will not only meet up with the Nigeria's demand, will meet up the demand of the sub-Saharan Africa at least.